Miley Cyrus, a world-renowned entertainer for the entertainment industry, just got presented a legendary award from Disney 23. If you don't know what Disney 23 is, it's a grand event that Disney hosts to lay out everything to be expected for the upcoming years, as well as to present great awards and a great achievement for very legendary people that contributed to Disney, the company. And Miley Cyrus was one of those who got presented a legendary award, meaning she is considered a legend in the Disney Hall of Fame, pretty much, right? But later, she also apologizes for something that I found very interesting, and we're going to get to that real quick. But first, if you don't know who Miley Cyrus is, Miley Cyrus was a very famous young lady who starred in the show on Disney, Hannah Montana. But later down the road, she begins to sort of teeter off of the good girl image, right? But I want you to watch this content that was made by this content creator named Patrick CC and why she begins to act out. Let's watch.
Miley Cyrus, literally, they owned her name. From 2006 to 2011, we all witnessed what could be considered the greatest Disney Channel show of all time. Most of us look back on the show as nostalgic, fun, and overall positive. However, Miley does not have the same feelings. She was the lowest paid cast member. She was working 12-hour shifts and was dealing with an identity crisis all throughout her teenage years. We've seen a number of child stars spiral out of control, and it seems like Miley was heading that way in the early 2010s. Or maybe her wild phase was all planned. Disney had an insane amount of power and control over the young girl. Instead of rolling over and dying, Miley decided she was going to fight the conglomeration. She was going to take back what was rightfully hers and make Disney want nothing to do with her. Stay hydrated.
Now, you see how his take on it was, hey, I believe that she was doing this maybe on purpose because she didn't own a lot of the things. She didn't get paid a lot what other cast members got paid, even though she was the star of the show. So her way of coping and her way of getting out of it was probably acting out of the character and who she was raised as, or maybe acting out of the character who she's believed to be, right? But this is a struggle between her identity and who she really is, right? And this is sort of what we struggle with as adults. This is what we struggle with as teenagers. This is what we struggle with as children sometimes, right? But the beauty part is when it comes to being a believer, we are told and believed who our identity belongs to, who gives us our identity, who shapes and molds us, and that is Jesus, right? Just like in Peter, 1 Peter chapter 29, verse 9 through 10, it reads, "But you are a chosen race, a royal priesthood, a holy nation, a people for his possession, so that you may proclaim the praises of the one who called you out of the darkness into his marvelous light. Once you were not a people, but now you are God's people. You had not received mercy, but now you have received mercy." This speaks to what we were and what we are now, right? We are royalty. I know this is so cliche because you hear it all through these events. Oh, you're royalty. But the reality is, it's pretty much saying you are a royal priesthood. You are now sanctified through what Jesus has done for you on the cross. And then you can see how it caveats it by saying, this is how we act. If you read through the whole chapter, not just that small verse, it talks about how we should act and conduct ourselves. Royalty don't act any kind of way. Royalty doesn't hang with just anybody. And this is what we're talking about. When we get lost in our identity, we know that what can ground us is who Jesus says we are. Because sometimes we will lose ourselves in what we're chasing. And if what we're chasing causes us to lose our identity, it's not meant for us to have in the first place. Whether that be a career, whether that be a girl or a man, if these things causes us to lose ourselves in Christ, it's not meant for us to have. All right. And sometimes we place our identity in the things that we do. Oh, because I'm a cop, okay, I'm supposed to act this way and this is who I am. No, that is your occupation. Because I am a pastor because you're a pastor doesn't mean that is your identity. That is an occupation and an office that God's called you to fill for a season. All right. But this is the thing. I want you to see and witness her actual apology, because that does matter. And if you could see in entertainment, she apologizes saying, somehow I just had a malfunction and I apologize for, and then she directs her apology to whoever she caused an offense to. But this is beautiful because this is taking ownership of what was. This is taking ownership of your past offenses. And we as humans, not even just believers, we as just humans need to have accountability for what we've done. All right. But hey, I really strongly urge us as believers to really root and dig our teeth into this idea of whose we are. Because once we dig our teeth into that and we start believing that, then you can also start guiding your actions towards that. Because our identity and what we believe about ourselves also leads us down a path of how we conduct ourselves. All right. But hey, man, y'all let me know, man. Did Miley Cyrus really have a big malfunction, or did she just have an episode that we all have through our young adult lives? But y'all let me know, man. But hey, until next time, grace and peace.